right here. Emerge, right here.
I see everything.
Bow your head.
My people are used to the desert life, but still, I hope that one day they'll be able to find an oasis of their own and leave the sandstorms behind for a better life. The desert's a tough adversary, but at least it doesn't hide anything. What you see is what you get, and whether you take on the challenge is entirely up to you. We mercs have one simple rule. Whoever pays the most is your new boss.
Right now, right here.
Hey!
Let's get it up!
Settle down. The tides beckon.
Right now, right here.
Everyone hold hands.
Silence.
Emerge. Right here.
Hey!
Settle down. Be sanctified.
here. Emerge. Right here.
Hey!
Bow your head. Let the mighty be humbled.
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Everyone hold hands!
Settle down.
Right here. Emerge. Ad Astra. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
Can we play Banker next time?
Melusines are beautiful. Creature.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is this...
You came all the way.
All right. Forget that.
Nice try.
Okay, then. Looking for...
So, as expected, the ending is one of the even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Paolo? Looks like he could be a while.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. Get over here, you! How
How are things in Poisson now?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced. Please, must our we all have painful... And if you're trying...
Thank you for your words of comfort, but for now...
It's okay. Which brings me to why I'm here. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the town it's not a perfect solution.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well, what do you expect? Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up. I don't have any friends that I can be frank. I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that,
So that's why you were nervous when they...
yeah, I'd be lying. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially... I guess...
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
What do you mean by that?
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula? I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a...
Great. Well, I appreciate your company. So please don't. I don't know whether, as I stand here by the ship, one after another, they thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, but then the floodwaters finally...
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
I've had to go through. Eventually, fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their... but on some level...
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Reward? I guess back then, I was scared if someone recognized. Believe in the Farina, I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same. too. At least the choice. All right, it's about time to head back.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat?
Come on. Anyway,
Are you kidding me right now? I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch.
Oh no, looks like they're... We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
You're back. We've been enjoying Spina. Paulo's nearly done.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me?
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well,
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid.
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines, too. Like when he imparts some solemn if you become human, you can reveal your secret.
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
it's the most important line in the whole script. I think she kept quiet. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troop is like your...
Yeah. I spent some years. It was like that until she took me under her.
She sounds like a really...
She really was. She gave everything. I was a lost child. The other kids were always picking. One day,
Let me guess.
yeah.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's...
Farina? The Farina? Oh my god. How did...
Please, the honor is all mine.
Same here!
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you... I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid. Plants and flowers are withering. And the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, in the end,
Consciousness?
Water as a
since the little Oceanid is a her lover accepts her for who she is. The little Oceanid is a
And then?
in the end, she makes the...
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover. Plus, everyone...
Through her love for her human partner.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory... What about if...
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aurelis. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us. We waited and waited at the rock. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found.
The director was the...
I've been trying to follow up on that.
Villemont? The one...
Yeah.
Grief? Because...
What? You...
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how I did tell her how I felt once. but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troop, and I'd always be there for... I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troop no longer required her constant attention. Well, maybe then she could... And now, that day will never come. Oh, Paul. So if I'm the one writing this ending...
In that case, we've all had our differences of opinion over the ending. But those two...
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Vilmo.
Are you ready to face...
Honestly, funny you should ask, though.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone.
This is tough going. Don't...
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's...
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be...
Precisely! And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a, damsel.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie, indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aw, too bad.
Sorry to leave all the heavy li-
Don't worry, piece of cake.
Emerge.
Everyone hold hands.
Buckle up! Huh. Ha! You ain't messing around! Let's get it on!
Right now. Emerge.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Link?
I can explain. We've been...
So, You think knowing the truth about the director's I care just as much as If I open this can of worms now, I just...
Viamal, avoid... Unless you mean to suggest that...
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamal. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, the little Oceanid cannot be
This is... As you all know already, the troupe was kept up. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was... So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw, but she didn't reprimand me. The merchant was furious. I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. Things only... I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got...
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean? You were afraid. This was a life and death situation. We could have saved... How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him! You need to stay calm!
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show! How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if end my life, so I can meet the director and apologize.
Get out of my sight!
That's enough! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with... You keep saying that you want to use this fine...
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the but in her own light, what she wanted. I understand why you're trying to make...
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then if you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, but you can't bring yourself... What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just, if she'd seen Paulo in...
Really? But she sounded like such a...
Of course she was. Even her harsh...
What you said, it really puts everything into.
I'm truly sorry.
It's all right.
So,
Clearly, everyone needs. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself.
what do you mean?
The Traveler is right. If you could find anything.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody.
No.
Well, we'll leave.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermont.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place.
So, this is all over.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too!
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence.
Lachey took so many lives.
I guess O'Reilly must. Wait, it cuts off. Her handwriting here. Her final words are. I'll let you read them for yourselves.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of. I can't bear to think how painful. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar. If you become human.
Isn't that the most important line in the little...
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh!
So she didn't regret her decision. I'm sure this is what she had their utmost trust. Let's go.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still.
She did her best to protect. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now,
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about.
Then it seems.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even...
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, if you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully and aren't human emotions. Love. I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Farina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call,
Huh? But then.
after all, besides,
Well,
All right. I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure it.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual.
That place? Oh, don't be.
whoa, wait, what?
No. That's no.
What are you afraid of?
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from. Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing.
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an.
I understand. The process for the story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I will say, however, that
What do you mean?
Yes. And this is the first.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and. Well, in the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my free.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a
Well, if the little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, the experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, it would truly be a shame if you did not.
Haven't I already? Nor do I think it is any. This experience is a case in point. I must admit, though.
I see. Well, I sincerely hope the show.
Thanks, Nervalek.
You are very welcome.
Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity. A touching story, a magnificent event. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is true.
The sooner we can finalize, Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things.
Wow, you two had a construct.
Communication is vital to any good performance.
It's amazing. Even though Farina's.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the waters?
This guy could be useful.
Leave this place, O little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time.
What should we do? It's almost.
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage. Oh no, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've...
What? I thought they'd cure it. So they were only...
I figured... whatever it...
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry.
You...
Miss Farina?
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scene.
Oh, yeah. I think my...
Please take dull feedback from the sublime.
Thank you, Miss Farina. I'm so...
Never mind. What's done is done. No one likes regrets. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that
I do not doubt your act. What in your...
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain and...
Well said. I leave direct...
Is she here yet?
When will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to...
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so she's back.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of...
Oh, that. have no idea what happened. Now that the audience has never seen such a realistic.
Wait, what about Dolphy?
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Most humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but a few short lines. Their stories really make for terribly dull reading.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic!
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I...
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me, even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself
Oh, don't you start.
Aw, you two clearly...
I don't know.
You mean we never stop
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance, you could capital.
No.
Yeah. It's
After all this happened, I should give you guys some space.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance, I think I'm starting to...
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but...
Oh, so now you've... What about you, Miss Farina? Any future plan?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. Maybe Nervilette was... I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else. Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress, but from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real I want to watch them blossom, and I'm sure this is.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what if...
If a vision is then I should do my best.